Do you want to sound like an American when you speak English? In this video, we will discuss exactly how to do that. I'll share with you 5 points: American vocabulary, consonants, vowels, voice cracks, and how to learn the rhythm of American accent. If you practice and learn these, which you will in this video, instantly you will sound like an American speaker. But first things first, there is no such thing as American accent. There are many different accents in the US, like the New York accent or the Southern accent. There is no one single solid accent in the US, so when I say American accent, I mean the general or standard American pronunciation. Let's start with the first point: American versus British vocabulary. People in the US use different vocabulary than Brits. For example, in the US they say sidewalk. In British English it's pavement. In the US it's trash. In British English it's rubbish or garbage. In the US accent it's slippers, flip-flops, restroom, and toilet. There are hundreds of other words, idioms, and expressions that are different in both of these accents. I'm not gonna go deep into that, but if you're interested, you can pause this video and read these lists of vocabulary. The way to learn American vocabulary is to consume American media. Hollywood movies, watching YouTubers who are from the US, or reading books written by American authors. All of these things will help you learn American vocabulary. Now let's talk about consonants. I'm only going to discuss 2 consonant sounds, but if you learn these, it's like as if you've learned half of the American accent. The first consonant sound is the T sound. There are many different types of T sounds in American English. The first one is the flap T. When the letter T is in between 2 vowel sounds, like in these words, then it's called a flap T. The reason why it's called a flap T is because it's pronounced like a soft da sound. Da sound. Better, beautiful, city, British. In the UK, they say these words like better, beautiful, city, British. But in the US, it's better, beautiful, city, British, British, better, better. Can you notice this flap T? Better. It's almost like a soft duh sound. It's gonna take some practice to learn how to say the flap T properly. So can you say these words? There's a tongue twister that you can use to practice your flap T. It goes like this. Betty bought a bit of butter, but the butter Betty bought was bitter. Betty bought a bit of bitter. Betty bought a bit of butter, but the butter Betty bought was bitter. Betty bought a butter. Betty bought a bit of butter, but the butter Betty bought was bitter. Betty bought a bit of butter, but the better Betty bought a bit of butter, but the butter Betty bought was bitter. So can you notice this flap T? Better, Betty, better, bitter, better, bitty, better. So that's the tongue twister that you can practice your flap T with. Another type of T is the drop T. So the rule is when the letter T comes after the letter N, then you don't say the letter T, you just drop it. Like in these words: internet, intermediate, advantages, identify. So instead of saying internet, you say internet, intermediate, advantages, identify. The next consonant sound is the R sound. American accent is a rhotic accent, which means you must enunciate the R sound and you must say it deep: hard, work, teacher, person. Do you notice how I pronounce these R sounds? If I were to say them in British English, it would be like work, hard, teacher, person. Now say these words in American accent: father, mother, sister, daughter. Great job. Let's move on to vowel sounds in the US accent. There are 2 major ones. The first one is the A sound in words like stop, shop, pop, job. In British English, this A sound is pronounced as O, like stop, shop, job, top. While in American English, you kind of have to open your mouth a bit more, like stop, shop, pop, job. Alright, let's practice these words. Repeat after me. drop, drop, flop, top, shock. Nice. The second vowel sound is the O sound. In British English, it's pronounced as O, like awkward, awesome, talk, walk. While in American English, it's more like walk, talk, awesome, awkward. If you want to make this A sound in American English, try to merge the O sound in the A sound. So it's not awesome and it's not awesome, it's kind of in the middle. Try merging these two sounds. It's awesome, awesome. Repeat after me. Talk, walk, awkward, awesome. The fourth point that is gonna make you sound like an American is using voice cracks. So what is a voice crack? American, American, American. Can you see like the cracks in my voice as I was saying American, American? So I'm not saying American, I'm saying American, American. These are called voice cracks. You stop the air in your throat and you let it go bit by bit, bit by bit. Do you notice it? Americans usually use voice cracks, especially at the end of a sentence. It's not obligatory. Some people use it, some people don't. But if you use voice cracks in your speech, then you will definitely sound like a person from the US. Can you say this sentence while using voice cracks at the end? I'm a better English speaker. I'm a better English speaker. Speaker, speaker, speaker. Practice voice cracks when you are reading a book. Eventually, it will become your habit. Remember that use voice cracks at the end of a sentence. The next point is to learn the American rhythm. This is the most important step of all. Each and every accent has its own rhythm and musicality. If you learn the rhythm of an accent, everything else becomes easy. I use a method called mirroring to practice my rhythm of American English. The way this method works is that you listen to a few lines from a movie, then you pause the movie, and then you repeat exactly what you heard. You say the lines out loud in the exact same way. You stress the words stay stressed, and most importantly, you pay attention to the rhythm and then you try to copy it. You can do mirroring with a movie or with a YouTube video of a native speaker. It's gonna improve your rhythm, your pronunciation, your accent, everything all at once. Alright, if you've learned something from this video, then subscribe down below for watching more videos like this in the future. Bye for now, and I'll catch you in the next video.